All right, welcome back to another heated comparison of Epique Realty versus a competitor. And today we're going Epique Realty versus LPT Realty. So make sure you hang on till the end so you don't miss a thing when we talk about commission splits, revenue share, stock opportunity, and everything in between. We can learn everything between Epique Realty and LPT Realty. Hey, again, this is Travis Junty with the Agent Collab, and I am a licensed agent here at Epique in the state of Michigan. I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It really kind of helps, other people get to learn about this information on Epique Realty and LPT Realty. Without further ado, let's get right into the content. I'm not a Mike Ross from Suits, right, where I just memorize everything.
The deviation of the agent from his path, the reasonable inference of agency on behalf of the plaintiff, and the nature of the damages themselves.
So sometimes it just helps to just go into the computer and just kind of show that stuff. So you know that I'm not making it up and it's right there in front of you. What we're going to start with first is everybody's favorite topic is what is the commission splits. For the sake of this video, you'll find out several times that, and you'll learn that LPT Realty is is the brokerage of choice. You do have many different options. You can choose whatever you like.
Baby, you can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like.
I'm going to be comparing their rev share builder plan. They do have a business builder plan. You can certainly look up that information. I believe it's on one of the pamphlets that I'll show you as well. But we're going to compare the rev share plan because that goes hand in hand with Epique Realty's commission splits. So first and foremost, like I said, Epique Realty, we're going to talk about that. So they do have an 85-15 split. They do have a $15,000 commission or $15,000 cap. And they do also have a transaction fee, and how that transaction fee works, that is 0.1% of the transaction amount. So let's say you have a $500,000 sale, that's going to be a $500 transaction. If it's a $250,000 sale, that's a $250 transaction. If you have a $750,000 sale, that transaction caps at $500, okay? With that transaction fee, that does have a cap of $5,000. So once it hits that initial cap, I should say it has an initial cap. Once it hits that initial cap of $5,000, then it'll drop down to a max of $250 per transaction. So hopefully you follow me there on that. So it's a 0.1% transaction fee. And with that, we do also have a monthly fee that can be as high as $149 or as low as $99 a month. And how that works, it really depends on how you pay it. If you're paying it annually, this is specifically for an individual agent. That's just the easiest way to explain all this. But for an individual agent, if you were to pay it annually, it's going to be $99 a month. If you pay it monthly, it's going to be $149 a month. Okay, and you do have an option as you go to change it from monthly to annual. A couple of important things to note is that although we do have a $15,000 cap, that does decline every year from 15 to 14 to 13 to 12 to 11 to 10 is your final number if you're an individual or a team leader. So we do have a declining cap feature, and we do have a $99 join fee. So that's all the fees that you'll ever see for Epique Realty. So if we look on the other side, we're looking at LPT Realty, okay? So we have Epique here, and now we have LPT here. LPT Realty, they also have a $15,000 cap, but they do have an 80-20 commission split. So, I mean, technically you get to that $15,000 cap just a little bit faster. And they are also very limited on fees, and that's an excellent thing that LPT Realty does, right? They don't have a monthly fee. They don't have a join fee. What they do have is a $195 transaction fee, and they do have a one-time annually $500 fee, which technically covers their technology and E&O. And with that, like I said, what I wanted to do was kind of jump in and really just kind of show you a brief overview. Now, it was hard to find these LPT overviews. This one's a little bit dated. I apologize, I couldn't find a newer one. So from what I believe, these are to date. I know they, for instance, they do mess with these. They do have like multipliers and stuff in here. I don't know why you do multipliers. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But anyways, that's kind of an incentive to bringing people on at certain times during the year on when they're running different plans. It's from what I understand. But anyways, like I said here, they do have a business builder plan. Well, that's not what we were discussing. That was $500 a file with a $5,000 cap. They do have a rev share partner plan, okay, for 80-20 split, $15,000 cap. Let me just stop here real quick, okay? I mean, if you're an agent that is new to the business, you really want to just go into low fee lifestyle, you just want to just live that and stay in your own lane, LPT could be an excellent choice. That could be just what you want to do. So anyways, like I see here, no sign up fee, no monthly fees, $195 transaction fee. Charge the customer. Yeah, we could charge our transaction fee to customer too, so it's kind of a wash if you really think of it. I mean, I guess you could make more money if you decide to charge $195, and then your transaction fee might be $495 or whatever it might be. and then a $500 annual fee withheld from first deal each year for technology and E&O. Okay, so that's just the basic stuff. We're going to go into Epique Realty. So we have 85-15 split, 99 or 149 technology fee of $199 a month, billed annually or join month to month for $149. 0.1% transaction fee, free E&O, no hidden fees, no extra fees, and then a $99 join fee. And as I did mention, they did have the declining caps, right? So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10. Okay, so that rewards the loyalty for staying with the company. So that covers the commission splits. And up next, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the teams. And let me tell you, I spent a little bit of time researching the teams. I was trying to find, Epique Realty has team structures. Other companies have team structures like Real and EXP if you watch some of my other videos. But what I couldn't find is different team structures for LPT. And I think part of why they didn't have a specific team structure. And of course, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I welcome that stuff. If there's certain percentages that I missed or something like that. But from what I understand, being that they have the two different plans, the business builder and the rev share builder, they decided that they weren't going to do different splits for bringing on team members. Okay, like I said, please comment down below. Have that conversation and see if I'm wrong. I watched a lot of videos and I couldn't find it. To cover the teams, what I think it might be best is just kind of go. There's just a lot of data. It's just easier to go into the computer and really kind of look at what Epique is offering for the teams, and then we'll talk about LPT a little bit further. Okay. So we'll keep this brief. So at Epique, you have different teams that you can have. Okay. So we support several kinds of teams and organizations, unparalleled benefits to our team members and team leaders. Okay. So we do have the reduced fees for all team members. They pay $99 a month for the tech fee. Power teams also receive half cap on transaction fees, which we'll cover that a little bit as well. They also have a lower cap. So here we're looking at a traditional team. Okay, so a traditional team, and how that works, they have a team leader. Let's say I have a team leader and I have team members underneath me. I would have basically what constitute a individual cap, right? A $15,000 cap, which also declines. The same thing with the traditional team leader. So team members have low $10,000 company cap for agents, $99 a month for agents, an ability to earn stock awards and hit power agent status. So essentially, if you look at LPT, for instance, since they're on, maybe the rev share builder plan, they still have those same benefits for that purpose. Okay. The team leader benefits, they do have the low $15,000 company cap, the $149 monthly tech fee. Of course, they can pay annually if they decide. Stock rewards, power agent, and no minimum sales metrics required to be a team. Okay. And that's just for a basic team, and you can set your own splits and caps. And with that being said, it does show in the ICA it must be a minimum of 5% split. Okay, so you have to have at least a minimum of 5%, which is much better than most other teams. So if we go into power teams, enable to be a power team, what I pulled here from the ICA, because it doesn't show it right here. And again, my ICA is always linked to all my videos, so you can find those. But if you're looking to be a power team, it must be either 40 million in sales volume for the anniversary year, or 140 transaction in an anniversary year. So that's typically a lot easier to acquire versus some other different programs that have their power agents or mega agents and stuff like that. Okay. So team member benefits, they have a low $5,000 company cap for agents, only $99 a month for agents, ability to earn stock awards and hit power agent status. And that's a big thing, because if you look at companies, other companies like Real and EXP, they don't have that option to reach power agent or their certain levels of status. Okay. Anyways, half off transaction fee, only $250. Team leader benefits, it's the same thing. They have the $15,000 cap, which does decline down to $10,000, $99 monthly fee. But the big bonus here is they do receive double revenue share, which is 20% on all level 1 recruits if also power award agent, and that's up to $15,000 in free stock if also power award agent. Half off transaction fee, and same thing with splits and caps. Okay. Real quick, in the family teams basically they represent a 2-person only. Family pair, married couple, or family duo. Okay, so that works together on each deal. Reduced $7,500 cap for each member. That does not decline. Only $99 a month. Team branding resources, ability to get stock awards for power agent status. Okay, so that's essentially the same thing. Real quick, in the unofficial teams, it's a couple of buddies looking to form a team. Everybody has the same cap. Basically, it's just you're sharing team branding, marketing materials, and no minimum production requirements. Okay, so that's what an unofficial team looks like. So hopefully that kind of helps you with Epique Realty and their teams. And again, like I talked about with LPT, they have a little bit different structure. Like I said, I tried to look that up. Again, please comment down below if I'm missing something up. But LPT Realty, I mean, you could be a team leader. You'll be at whatever you're at, and your team members, they'd be at whatever they want to be a business builder, or they could be a rev share builder, whatever that plan is. And I'm not sure what the minimum split is, but that's how their team structures work at LPT Realty from my research. Okay, so we'll move on to the next. So next, what I want to talk about is, stock and equity ownership in the company. As you may or may not know, I mean, as of this filming in August of 2024, they both are private companies. They both have plans to go public. They both plan to do that in the near future. LPT's been around for a little bit longer, so they will very likely go public sooner. I do not know what their private stock price is. I mean, they don't have to share that. Epique Realty is also a private company. We also have plans to go public. Okay, so let's dive into it a little bit. We'll start with Epique Realty. So at each transaction, you can receive a 20% discount on our stock to purchase stock, and you can either not contribute, you can contribute 5%, you can contribute 10% of your commission to get a 20% discount on our stock. Okay. And that's a massive, massive builder right now. So right now we're trading for pennies. I mean, as of this filming, like I said, we're trading, or not trading, but our stock is at 53 cents a share. Okay, so you could pile up a lot of stocks for the plans of the future to go public at a much higher dollar. Use your own estimations, whether it's $5, $2, $10, $15, $20. I know they originally had plans. They want to go public in that kind of 10 to 20 range. We don't know if that's going to happen. That's going to be a very, very big plus side, or if it's somewhere smaller. I mean, we'll just see what happens. Okay. So we also, along with that kind of stock purchase plan, we do also receive free stock. So real quick, with that stock purchase plan, you're basically vested right away. Okay, I mean, that's stock that you have purchased. Of course, right now you're not selling your stock. You can't cash out or whatever and get all that back. Just like until they're public, right? I mean, if you want to discuss options like, hey, I want to leave, I want to get my stock back, we can discuss that in more detail. But for this video, we're just talking about the opportunity in the future, and we're talking about vesting. Okay, but the free stock that you get, they have a 3-year vesting period. So for the free stock, you can get that in 6 different ways. Okay. That's for joining Epique. That's for recruiting an agent. That's for your anniversary date. That's for your first sale. That's for capping, and that's for hitting Power Award agent status. So it's not six free opportunities every year. Obviously with your first home, and for joining Epique, I mean, those things aren't going to be, on an annual basis, right? But those are the free ways that you can get stock for joining Epique. And how they get their stock is they have different badge levels, right? So they have, it's going to be in the slide, I'll show you here in a second, but the white, gold, black, different levels of sales that you receive a certain amount of shares, okay? And then you also get the sponsoring shares of stock, okay? So I guess let's just dive into that sheet so we don't get all confused and lost, okay? Here's what I wanted to show you, okay? So again, this is the most up-to-date I could find, Stock Awards 2023. I know their multipliers will change depending on what it is. Right here in 2023, it was 1.2. I'm not sure what it is now. If you have a more updated form, hey, share it with the crowd. Just let us all know. But like I said, white, silver, gold, and black badge. So if you sell one home, you do get, and this is based on if you're a business builder or a rev share partner. But like I said, we're talking about rev share partners. So, for a white badge, you get 150 shares. Silver badge, 150 shares. And this is 1, 3, 15, and 35 houses. Gold badge, you get 1,500 shares. And black badge, you get 3,000 shares, okay? And this is with their direct sponsoring an agent to the company. So rev share builder partner, you get 300 shares, okay? So that's how that works for that. So next, what I want to talk about is kind of that upper tier, upper level agent. We're going to talk about the Power Award agent versus kind of the gold and black badge agent at LPT Realty. So like I said, Epique Realty has what they call the Power Award agent, okay? And an agent can hit that status by either selling 24 plus homes or 10 million in transaction volume. For hitting that Power Award status, that agent can get up to 1,500 or 15,000 in stock, whichever is less. A couple of big things with the Power Award status is you do get double revenue share on all your first line recruits. I mean, let's say you're a mega agent bringing in a bunch of agents. Now, instead of getting 10% on your frontline agents, you now get 20% on those agents. So that can be a big deal in your income if you bring in a lot of agents. But you also get a $99 transaction fee or $99 monthly fee instead of $149. Okay, so those are a couple of different benefits that you have for getting different the power award status. Okay, and with LPT Realty, what they have is more or less their black and gold badges, right? So if you're selling 15 homes or 35 homes, and depending on what your multiplier was, if you saw my last form there that I had, so if it's 15 sales at a gold badge, okay, then you could get their baseline schedule is $1,250. So if you're a baseline business builder, you get $750, rev share partner $1,500, and that's at their multiplier here. Like I said, I've seen multiples and they've changed multiple times, so I'm not sure what they're at currently. And it depends on what you're at when you sign up, okay? The black badge, that goes with 35 transactions, and that goes up to $3,000 or 3,000 shares, okay? So that can be a big little bonus. But one thing to keep in mind with the stock programs of Epique Realty versus LPT is Epique Realty is the only one that allows you to purchase that stock at a discount, where LPT doesn't allow you to purchase stock. So, those of us that are closing transactions right now are really stockpiling up tons of stock for that opportunity, when Epique Realty does plan to go public. Of course, that is a risk. Seek your financial advisor or talk to whoever you want that you feel comfortable with. There's always risk when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I like that opportunity to purchase that stock at a discount and really kind of stockpile those on. Next, I want to talk about the training and mentorship. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on here. Most real estate companies today are offering excellent training, excellent mentorship of some sort. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time there. I know Epique and I know LPT. They both do do different trainings. They do mastermind calls and all that kind of fun stuff. I know LPT has a agent power up program, which is great for new agents. If you sell 3 transactions or less. And what Epique does on the other side, we do have kind of what we really thrive and drive ourselves on is our agent area leader, our mentorship program. Okay, so any agent, whether you're new, old, whatever it is, you get assigned an area leader. Okay, and that area leader is a responsible agent that has been in the business, and they've been around team leadership, they've been around the business, and maybe they're from a coaching background or whatever it might be. They're there to help you and guide you and maybe be an accountability partner to help you in your business. Okay, so they will help new agents, and there is zero cost to you as the agent for that mentorship. Okay, and of course with LPT, I believe they might be coming out with a mentorship program, and it may or may not have a cost on it. Comment down below if that's correct or not correct. But like I said, they do have the new agent power up that will have video trainings to help you with that. It's I think it's a 12-week training for that. Okay. Hey, I appreciate you hanging in this long. Again, this is Travis Junty. I'm a licensed agent in the state of Michigan with Epique Realty. This is the Agent Collab channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that little notification button. Make sure you get notified anytime we put out new stuff, new content, right? And like I said, if you have an agent or if you have somebody that's looking to move to Michigan, I'd love to help you. Like I said, I am a licensed agent in Michigan. I'd love to help you, specifically in the Southeast Michigan area. And hey, if you're looking to find more information out on Epique Realty, let's have a conversation. All my information is down below. Let's have that conversation. Let's have a talk and see if this might be for you. Okay. With that being said, let's continue on. Next, what we're going to talk about is a little bit about the benefits. Okay. I know Epique Realty, they've really kind of put their mark on the industry. Like I said, they're really trying to change the industry, and I believe that they're doing that right now. And our leadership, Josh Miller has said, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the industry. And what we see companies like LPT do is excellent. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it better for everyone. So LPT now has gone out and done, kind of their program. They have what they call an LPT Plus program. Okay. And as you know, with Epique Realty, we do have all of our benefits. And I guess probably the best way to do this is really just kind of jump in and kind of talk about what they offer, okay? And first and foremost, when we're talking about technology, I mean, both companies, they do have great things, Dotloop, Lofty CRM do have their both proprietary platforms. LPT is LPT Connect, Epique has the Epique Cloud. So a lot of those things are similar. But what I want to do is kind of jump into the website here and kind of give you a brief overview of the different things of what Epique offers and what LPT is now offering, which I think is tremendous. Okay, so when talking about benefits, I really want to spend as little time as possible because there are a lot of benefits and with LPT, they have a kind of a list, but we're talking about, free TC services. So with Epique, you can go to their website and find a whole lot, but what I'm going to do is, this is actually my personal join site. So, happy to have you on board. But anyways, this kind of goes through a quick and easy. So we got, as you can see here, free leads, healthcare, prescription. I actually just got a prescription recently for eardrops for an ear infection I had. Which was pretty awesome. I didn't have to go see anybody, so that's been great. Dental and vision, which comes at $25 per person per month. Free air vet, click offers, which is kind of their cash offer program. Plus, it also has other different programs on there. Free Bankside business subscription, Realty.com access, virtual staging, listing photos, yard signs, sign install. Those things right there, photos, yard signs, and sign installs. Those are some of the biggest things that you can find, for a listing agent that's doing a lot of business. Those are some of the biggest cost savers that you can find, okay? Make sure you stay tuned and make sure you subscribe. I do have another video coming out. We'll go over a numbers overview of LPT versus Epique Realty. I think you'll absolutely love that, okay? Free agent billboards, free listing billboards, headshots, car washes, roadside assistance coming soon, free Lofty CRM and Lofty AI. Agent website, just kind of get sick of talking here. Social media ads, social media management. I mean, you can see it all, right? So all this, free transaction coordinators, big stuff. All this comes with the company and more, okay? So, I mean, we missed some of it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into LPTs here as well. So this is what they came out with recently. A few months ago, they came out with the LPT Plus, okay? So like I said, they are the agency of choice. You do have the choice of what you want to do. You can have the $0 monthly fee for LPT standard benefits, or you can have the LPT Plus benefits, okay? And that's $89 a month for brokerage partners, which is kind of the rev share partners, okay? Or $149 a month for business builders. Of course, I'm not going to bore you and try to read through all of this. I see the healthcare with 24/7 teledoc and prescription drug savings. I'm kind of curious who they're using for that, how that compares. I'd just be completely curious. I know I was a little bit weird at first on how ours worked, and ours works pretty sweet. I just had to try it myself. So, but yeah, I mean, you can certainly look at this. I mean, it's certainly a great course or a great list of things. We also have the CE courses as well. But the thing that really comes into it, the thing that you're really going to use on every single purchase or every single time is the listing photographers or yard signs, open house marketing packets, kind of whatever. I mean, through your seller post-closing campaign, sure, that's great too. But that's $500 paid at closing per listing when selected. So that's an extra $500 for that package. I'd be interested to see what's in a listing photography. I mean, if it's providing, drone shots and, floor layouts and all that kind of stuff, it obviously adds a lot more value there as well. So sometimes it's kind of hard to find that value, find out what that number is. And another thing, let me add, LPT. They do have the listing power pack. I mean, LPT, that's the name of the company. Listing Power Tools, I think is what it is. So they have different power packs that they have. That's part of their standard benefits. They have power pack that you have for your listing presentations and stuff like that. So that's kind of how that works. Okay. So we saved one of my favorite parts for last. So we're going to talk about the revenue share. Okay. Obviously I'm doing these videos. I'm here to really help you learn about Epique Realty, help you learn about LPT Realty. I'm a little bit biased with Epique Realty. I'd love to have you join me. I'd love to have a conversation and see what it might look like for you, your business at Epique Realty. But I'm 100% for your choice. You decide what is best for you. It might not be either one of these companies. Okay. But I'm glad that you're here learning about the companies, learning about your options. Okay. So the rev share, that's a big thing. And that's one of the biggest things that really brought me to Epique Realty from my previous brokerage of eXp Realty. When I was at eXp, I mean, LPT was around, Real Broker was around, and they didn't separate themselves enough for me to make that move to Epique Realty. Epique Realty, with what they were doing for their revenue share, was far and away better in my eyes, and I'm really starting to see that, far and away better for the average agent and less restrictions. It's just easier to obtain revenue share. So real quick, I mean, Epique Realty, they are 5 levels deep You get 10% of the company commission, and there's no frontline qualifiers, okay? So we could talk about frontline qualifiers here in a little bit. LPT has frontline qualifiers. So basically that means, if you have people on level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, you would get commission on any one of those people from the company commission, 10% of that, okay? No matter how many people you have in your front line. Whereas these other cloud brokerages, they have a set rule of you have to have X amount of people in your front line to be able to open up other lines, okay? So that is $1,500 per level, per agent, no matter what. So with LPT Realty, what they have is more of a 7-tier program, and it's really going to be easier for me to go into the computer and kind of show that to you to really kind of help you out with that, okay? So let's jump into that real quick. So if you look here again, rev share is a way to reward agents for sponsoring other agents into LPT Realty. LPT retains 50% of the commission cost and allocates the remaining 50% to the per transaction revenue share pool to be allocated at the percentages below. And with that being said, Epique Realty is also 50%, okay? So 50%, what I mentioned, we're 5 levels deep, 10% per level, which adds up to 50%. So that's 50%, just to clear that up, just make that information clear, okay? So the revenue share pool is allocated to the 7 eligible agents who form the upline of the transacting agent. The chart below shows the allocation of the 50% placed in the revenue share pool. And so like I said, they have tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this adds up to 100% of that 50%, okay? So this is the minimum active direct sponsored. So you must have obviously 1 to be tier 1. So then it's 3 to open tier 2, it's 6 to open tier 3, and so on and so forth, to a max of 20 agents. And what to keep in mind is, as we talked about earlier, they have the 2 different plans. They have the business builder and they have the rev share partner. And I've heard rumors out there, of course, if somebody has proof and could tell me exactly or maybe a better idea of what it is, but from my understanding, it's probably 80%, maybe 90% that are on the business builder plan, especially when they're out there recruiting and they're telling agents that they could be on these 2 different plans. That's why they're growing so big, because they have that 100% plan. People really like that, and they really want to be part of that cloud-based industry. So I firmly believe that most of their agents that are going to be in the business builder plan. Now, if you look at the revenue share pool for the business builder, it is considerably less, okay? I mean, tier 1, sure, it's okay, $775, but as it drops down, those tiers go considerably down. And even here, the only level that matches or even is better than Epique Realty is their tier 1 at $23.25. But how many agents are actually on that tier 1? I don't really know. They probably don't have a lot of agents that are on that tier 1. So they're probably just not making a lot of money on their revenue share. That's one of the biggest things that kept me away from LPT Realty. I think people really need to understand that. I mean, yeah, you tier 2, sure, you have 7 levels deep, but how many people actually have 14, 18, 20 agents on their front level? Yeah, probably a small fraction do, okay? And with that being said, so they also encourage real estate first. And of course, we also encourage real estate first, but we're not, it's not at the same extent, okay? So they do have real estate sales versus recruiting and help agents to reach 100% commission on the real estate sooner. Revenue share is applied to their cap first. So you're like at Epique, you can have a down year. Maybe you're not selling a lot of homes, but you can still have, mega high revenue share if that's something that you do. Okay. LPT Realty requires significantly less active direct sponsoring agents than other models, which when they're saying other models, they're referring to the other ones like Real and EXP. Allow a focus on real estate sales and not focus on recruiting to unlock all 7 levels, which we have all levels unlocked. All levels unlocked. Hopefully more will follow. I know EXP has already. Provide a level playing field for agents. Focus on real estate sales versus recruiting. Agents are prohibited from offering anything of value for being named as a sponsor. Epique is very similar. It's not in their ICA, but we don't have, your siloed culture, or at least I hope that we don't. I'm sure there's agents out there, but we don't have that siloed culture where agents are saying, oh, we're going to give you this and that. That's one of the things that I really love about Epique is they're really taking a stance on that. If you're providing classes or providing training, you must provide it to the whole company. So I really do like that part. And also to encourage agents to stay focused on real estate during their transition. Agents cannot earn revenue share for their first 120 days. First 120 days, that's a few months. This allows agents to learn our systems and tools and focus, new brokerage buzz, driving more transactions. Yeah, that's great. It is great. But it's at the same time, it doesn't take 120 days to learn the system. We're not, you think of a quarterback that's learning the plays in 1 week and coming in the play, right? I mean, we don't need 120 days to learn the process. So anyways, that's my talk. That's my TED Talk on LPT versus Epique Realty. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Again, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have more conversation with you. If you're interested in joining Epique Realty, love to have that conversation. As far as the growth opportunity with the companies, right? I mean, like I said, there's LPT Realty, there's Epique Realty. We're both private companies. I think that's both a massive opportunity. And I'm sure you may have heard LPT Realty made a big step by hiring, Michael Valdez as their CEO of growth, or whatever his role is there. I mean, he was a big part of EXP's growth, for the last couple of years anyway. So that's been fun for expansion. So I know LPT is really trying to open up more states. I believe we probably have more states open than them right now. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I appreciate you hanging on. Until next time, we'll see you on the Agent Collab.